Akure-Owo Expressway for assessment of flyover project. Ahead 2024 council polls, ODS inspects facilities for new LCDAs. Federal government prioritizes cancer survivors in new earth policy. And from the foreign scene, global outrage grows over Israel-Gaza conflict amid world leaders' call for de-escalation. It's Osrc News at 7. Thanks for joining us. My name is Sahib Arabisala. The Ondo State government has ordered the temporary closure of the Agbogbo roadblock access of the Akure-Owo Expressway for a comprehensive assessment of the ongoing flyover bridge. A statement by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Infrastructure, Lands and Housing, Engineer Alec Idowu, said the government will carry out strategic tests on the substructure of the flyover during the assessment period. Bulem Road to Irese Road in Shagari Village. According to the statement, the highway will be closed from 6 a.m. tomorrow, Sunday, to 6 a.m. on Monday, 23rd of October, due to massive engineering works, assuring road users that alternative routes have been created for easy movement. The statement appealed to motorists to bear with, adding that the decision is in the interest of the Ondo State government has embarked on an inspection tour of the available facilities across all the newly created local council development areas. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Amidu Takuro, who led the inspection team, noted that the tour is aimed at ensuring all is in place for the smooth takeoff of the LCDAs. Osrc's Joy Pius reports that the newly created LCDAs are to coexist with the existing 18 LGAs in the state, bringing the total number of local councils to 51. The report.
The Ondo State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs continues its inspection tour to the various newly created LCDs in the state to ascertain the level of preparedness of the people. It was a turn of our local government in the Northern Senatorial District of Ondo State to be inspected. The first port of call for the team from the local government was Emurele, where the team was received at the palace of the Elimure of Emurele, Oba Simeon Adeyefa. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Amidu Takuro, noted that the visit was to ensure structures are in place for the seamless takeoff of the LCDs.
Èyí pàtàkì tí a wá fún lè ní wípé akíkábíyèsí pé wọ́n kò ríire. Èkejì ni wípé a fẹ́ wá inspect ibi tí ẹ pèsè kalẹ̀ fún take off LCDA. Number 2, níbo lẹ fẹ́ fi ṣe permanent site. These two things ló mú wa kí a wà nílé ní orúkọ ọmọ Mr. Governor arákùnrin Olúwarótìmí Akérédolú.
Bó ṣe dá ìjọba náà ìjọba local government sílẹ̀ ṣe múre inú wa dùn gidigidi. Ọmọ wa ní í ṣe, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa ní í ṣe, àbúrò wa ní í ṣe, gbogbo wọ̀nyí ló papọ̀.
Was conducted round the proposed LCDA facilities. The team proceeded to Ijebu-Owo South, another newly created LCDA for the same exercise, where the Olijebu of Ijebu-Owo, Oba Olatubosun Oladoyinbo, commended the state government for the move. The same exercise took place at Ere and Ipele-Owo East LCDs. As proposed, permanent sites were equally assessed. The team expressed satisfaction with the exercise and assured people of the areas of speedy commencement of the local council development areas.
Still in the Sunshine State, and now to the legislative arm of government. The Ondo State House of Assembly has promised to work with relevant stakeholders to enact a law that will help to reduce brain drain in the health sector. Members of the House Committee on Tertiary Institutions, during a visit to the management of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, reiterated the resolve of the Assembly to ensure strong and sound tertiary institutions in the state. House of Assembly correspondent Osrc now reports.
University of Medical Sciences Ondo UNIMED was established to sustain the delivery of modern health services and uphold quality tertiary education. Playing host to members of House Committee on Tertiary Education, the UNIMED Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, appreciated the lawmakers for their support at all times, which he noted has translated to the university being ranked as one of the best 20 in the country. He attributed the parental factor as one of the major causes of brain drain in the health sector and sought the support of the legislators towards ending it.
Parents are the ones pushing their children, and that's why they want everybody to read nursing now, because they are once they finish. So I hope that parents will also do a complimentary job as we speak on this side. And that's why for me personally, and this is me talking now, not my manager, I believe strongly in the move of the National Assembly that says nobody should leave until you have done 5 years in the country. I think it's only fair. Otherwise, there are many babalawos around, they will take over. But I'm not even afraid of the babalawos. The problem is that there won't be anybody to run the medical schools. Medical schools are having big problems today because teachers are leaving and younger people are not coming. So as teachers are retiring, younger people are not coming in. We get to a point where training medical students will become a problem. And that's why I just think that it's something we should also please join us to advocate that children need to stay here.
The chairman of the committee, Chris Ayebusiwa, who applauded the level of development at the institution, said the assembly will give the necessary legislative support to ensure UNIMED sustain and improve on its standard.
We would like to be briefed on fair topics which you have done a lot about. And one, the process so far made by your institution under this administration, I think you've touched a few of it.
Other members of the committee said there is the need to lay emphasis on patriotism to combat brain drain in the health sector. The University of Medical Sciences Ondo was established in 2015. It is the third specialized medical university in Africa and Nigeria's first specialized medical university to be accredited by the National Universities Commission. Osrc Osrc News.
We're due to take a break on the news at 7. Please stay, we'll be back shortly.
FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Hard drugs will only make your life hard and make things harder for you. Think of the dangers of drug abuse to your life and future. Stop drug abuse today. Work on improving your life through refined daily routine. Life is good when devoid of drug abuse. This message is brought to you by the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC.
Thanks for rejoining us on the news. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Osrc TV Ondo. Now to education matters. Orange Card Project has signed a memorandum of understanding with private schools in Ondo State to raise standard of education. Lead consultant of the academy, Ladi Porke, maintained that the move is part of efforts to support teachers and improve their professional efficiency. Omorio Langbeji reports that the event, which was held in Akure, the Ondo State capital, will be of benefit to over 2,000 schools in Akure South local government area.
Setting up requires efficiency, which involves diverse skills and tactics to improve on day-to-day activity. To this end, Orange Smart Academy came up with an agreement to partner with schools by training and retraining personnel, enhancing standard of living of teachers, among others. National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools in the South local government area of Ondo State, with over 2,000 schools, was the first to embrace this opportunity.
The link to that website will be sent on our platform so you can access it. God will help us in Jesus' name.
Lead consultant of Orange Smart Academy, Ladi Porke, said, with the level of expertise in the academy, there is a need for schools to take up the opportunities available to improve their performances. According to him, teachers will also be availed of platforms that will raise their professional standards to make more impact.
Basically is to be able to bring all those schools to the digital platform, i.e. put them on the social media, get them to have presence on the www. You know, everything is technology nowadays. You know, anything you want to connect, anything you want to engage, you have to get to that platform. And we think that there are a lot of interesting things going on here. There are a lot of good schools here. And there are a lot of schools doing so much to achieve so much. And we feel that their visibility will give them more opportunity to serve better. So that's why we came up with this platform where these schools can come on stream. So when parents, you know, organizations that want to support education, they are looking into schools, they can zero in, you know, on that platform and be able to identify. Each school is going to have a page there.
Chairman NAMS in Akure South, Aderemi Israel Martins, expressed satisfaction over the agreement, saying the association believes in raising standard of education in the state.
Our teachers need to be upgrading every now and then, and there's no way we can upgrade them without training and retraining. So we now signed a partnership with this Orange Card in order to continue to upgrade our teachers training always, so that they can meet up with the 21st century teaching method. Then likewise to move from analog method of teaching to digital method of teaching.
Teachers play a vital role in nation building and development, and according to the Orange Card Project, they deserve to live well while supporting state governments to raise the standard of education, the profession more attractive. Omoniola Mbiji, Osrc News.
The European Union has announced an investment of an additional 5.4 million euros in the capacity of teachers in Nigeria. The EU Commissioner for International Partnerships, Jutta European, said the gesture is in line with commitment to reduce the number of out-of-school children in the Northwest, thereby improving access to quality education and empowering youths. Jutta said this at the official launch of the 40 million euros intervention fund program on education and youth empowerment in northwestern Nigeria through the Global Gateway Initiative held in Abuja. According to her, the additional fund was to ensure teachers get the necessary and upgraded skills and learning needed to nurture students with requisite knowledge to become an army of solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria and the continent in general. President Bola Tinubu has appointed 2 new chief executives of agencies under the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. According to a statement, Dr. Muyi Aina will serve as Executive Secretary, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, while Dr. Kelechi Ohiri will serve as Director General, National Health Insurance Authority. The President, in the statement, urged the new leadership of the two agencies to prioritize quality, fairness and accountability in the provision of world-class healthcare to Nigerians. The federal government says cancer survivals would be adequately catered to in its new policy plans. Director General, National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, Dr. Usman Aliyu, and is contained in one of the policies aimed at aiding cancer prevention and treatment in Nigeria that the federal government will soon inaugurate. It said that the institute has, since its establishment in January, been working on the policies that are expected to ensure that cancer prevention, treatment and research are put on the front burner. Aliyu also said that the institute has finalized work with the World Health Organization and other partners to develop the nation's first National Cervical Cancer Control Plan 2023 to 2027. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has approved the 4th edition of the Conference and Retreat of Senior Police Officers across the nation. The Nigeria Police Force made this known in an official statement by its Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, via its ex-handle. According to the statement, the gathering, which is convened to foster economic prosperity, social integration and political development through enhanced security mechanisms, will bring together Deputy Inspectors General of Police, Assistant Inspectors General of Police and Commissioners of Police from across the nation. Still on security, the Nigerian Army has recruited another 6,315 soldiers into the force as part of efforts to shore up its manpower and confront the security challenges confronting the nation. At the personnel parade of the recruits of the 85th regular intake from the Nigerian Army Depot, Zaria in Kaduna State, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagba, said the recruits will complement the manpower needs of the Nigerian Army with competent and combatant ready young minds. He reminded them that they are joining the forces at a time when the country is facing a plethora of security challenges. The Army Chief therefore urged them to uphold the values of loyalty, discipline and selfless service, adding that a lot is expected from them. The Army top brass is also assuring Nigerians that the military will not rest on its oars until the country is safe from the threats of terrorists, bandits, kidnappers and other criminal elements threatening the peace and stability of the country. And now to the foreign scene. There have been worldwide protests against Israel's treatment of Gaza. Qatar is playing a key diplomatic role as millions demand end to violence. From Yemen to Algeria, Jordan to Indonesia, people across the Muslim world express their outrage at what they see as Israel's collective punishment of 2 million civilians in Gaza. Odwan Yosoya has to report.
Israel-Gaza war has sent shockwaves rippling across the Middle East and far beyond. This is Yemen itself, scarred by a decade of conflict. The strength of feeling here is immense. In Jordan, vast crowds massed in the capital, Amman. The country is home to 3 million Palestinians. These were the scenes in Algeria. For the first time since the Arab Spring, demonstrators in Egyptian capital Cairo returned in large numbers to Tahrir Square, while others crowded the city's Aqsa Mosque.
This protest is just a microcosm of Egypt. It is a show of unity with the Palestinians.
Country after country, fury, grief, indignation. What many across the Muslim world regard as the collective punishment of 2 million civilians by Israel. In the Indonesian capital, Jakarta, like so many other protests, it is the United States Embassy where demonstrators gather. President Biden and his Western allies have been fiercely criticized for their unequivocal support of the Israeli government.
Indonesia backed the offer of two-state solution for both Palestinians and Israel, sharing the land together for peace. But that's not a solution, because Israel is an invader.
In Germany and France, home to the European Union's largest Jewish and Muslim communities, demonstrators defied ongoing bans on Palestinian protests, leading to violent clashes with police in Berlin. Many blame the EU and Europe's former colonial powers who shaped the Middle East for choosing sides in a conflict that is far from black and white. As the crisis deepens, Qatar is playing a pivotal diplomatic role. This is the capital, Doha, where Palestinian sympathies are strong. And while the cycle of violence and oppression continues, millions are now demanding enough is enough. Oduayo Soya, Osrc News.
Still on the Israel-Hamas war, Red Crescent trucks containing food and medicine have begun entering the Gaza Strip from Egypt through the Rafah crossing. But aid group says the 20 trucks aid delivery is nothing but a drop in the ocean. Meanwhile, world leaders and top officials from more than a dozen countries have gathered in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, for a conference to discuss ways to de-escalate the Israeli-Hamas war amid growing fears of a wider Middle East conflict. Dubbed the Cairo Peace Summit, representatives from countries including Jordan, France, Germany, Russia, China and the UK, as well as the US, Qatar and South Africa, attended the meeting together with United Nations and European Union officials. At the summit, the UN chief, Antonio Guterres, called for immediate humanitarian ceasefire.
A humanitarian catastrophe playing out in real time. On the one hand, I saw hundreds of trucks teeming with food and other essential supplies. On the other hand, we know that just across the border there are 2 million people without water, food, fuel, electricity and medicine. Children, mothers, the elderly, the sick. Full trucks on one side, empty stomachs on the other.
And before we end the news at 7 tonight, let's take a look at some of the major stories. The Ondo State government has ordered the temporary closure of the Agbobo roadblock access of the Ilesha-Akure Expressway for a comprehensive assessment of the ongoing flyover project. The closure takes effect from 6 a.m. tomorrow Sunday to 6 a.m. on Monday. We informed you that the Ondo State government has embarked on an inspection of proposed facilities for the newly created local council development areas. The federal government says it would adequately cater for survivors of cancer in its new health policy plans. The government said the policies are aimed at cancer prevention and treatment. And from the foreign scene, we told you that there have been widespread protests against Israel's treatment of the people of Gaza. People across the Muslim world blame Western powers for choosing sides. And that's Osrc News at 7. Thanks for watching.